Hello everyone. Today we shall look into the topic feminist criticism. Made easy just for you. When you talk about feminist criticism, it is concerned with the ways in which literature progresses the social, political, economic, and psychological oppression of women. So, one such important figure is Judith Fetterly, and her definition for feminist criticism is much important in examination point of view. What she says is, feminist criticism is a political act whose aim is not simply to interpret the world but to change it by changing the consciousness of those who read and their relation to what they read. So feminist criticism started in the period of 1960s, and feminist critics believed that all of literature is phallocentric. What is phallocentric? All those literature would be centered on men and their superiority, which is the major focus will be their masculine power, and the aim to reveal the patterns of male discourse which oppress the women and privilege the men. All those writings were in this kind. Okay, it would oppress the men and it would exaggerate the men qualities. And the literature focuses on gender politics. All those literary works, it created a marginalization within the works. So all those would be taken into account when you look into the point of feminist criticism. Okay, it is important to note that there are three waves of feminist criticism: first wave, second wave, and third wave. Namely, first we shall look into the first wave of feminism. It started during the late 1700s and ended during the early 1900s. The first wave of feminism grew out of the major reform movement of the mid 19th centuries. The famous movement during the mid 19th century is, of course, abolitionism, and it grew after that. And the writers like Mary Wollstonecraft, Susan B. Anthony, and Victoria Woodhull, they contributed a lot to women's suffrage movement, and they are the basic founders of this particular wave. So what this first wave focused on is, it focused on the legal issues, primarily on securing women's right to vote. So the right to vote is one of the important aim of first wave of feminism. Next, we shall look into the second wave of feminism. The second wave began in the early 1960s and ran through the late 1980s. In this wave, women strived to reach a further sense of equality with men and fought for a greater control over their body and protection from physical abuse. Writers like Simone de Beauvoir and Ellen Showalter, they established the groundwork of feminist theories, and this wave of feminism, it completely focused on equality and discrimination. Next, we shall look into the third wave of feminism. The third wave of feminism emerged in the mid 1990s, and it continues till the present. It resisted the ideologies and white, heterosexual, middle class focus of second wave feminism. So the third wave feminism borrowed from post-structural and contemporary gender and race theories to expand on marginalized populations' experiences. So what it does is, it focuses on the experience of the marginalized populations, and the third wave was much more inclusive of women of color than the first or second wave had been. And this wave include the writer like Alice Walker, who worked for this particular wave of feminism. So when you are talking about feminist criticism, it is absolutely essential to talk about French feminism. French feminism signifies the particular kind of thought and writing produced by certain French intellectuals. For example, Julia Kristeva, Helen Sixtus, Lucy Irigaray, and Monique Writing, and there are also many other writers who contributed to French feminism. These writers did not work together, and their work doesn't comprise a coherent intellectual movement. French feminists reshaped the feminist thought by adding a philosophical focus to the feminist theory. So, in contrast to Anglo-American feminism, French feminism, what it does is, it used the post-structuralist and post-psychoanalytical critical tools for their work. Their works were less concerned with political doctrine and it much focused on the theories of the body. In the 1970s, French feminists approached the feminism with the concept of écriture feminism. Écriture feminism, it literally means feminine writing. And we shall look into that particular thing in detail in the further slide. Now we shall look into the key terms in feminist criticism. First one is gynocriticism, which is much important. It is a term coined by the feminist Ellen Showalter in her 1979 essay Towards a Feminist Poetics. Gynocriticism focuses exclusively on literature written by the female authors. It aims to recover lost or neglected women writers and to understand in its specificity women's construction of textual meaning. Of course, the meaning is different in different perspectives, and they construct their own meaning and they give their textual meaning. So the important examples of gynocriticism are Ellen Showalter's A Literature of Their Own, Gilbert and Goober's A Mad Woman in the Attic, and Patricia Meyer-Sparks' The Female Imagination. Now we shall look into the écriture féminine. It is a term coined by Helen Sixers in her work The Law of Medusa, which literally means feminine writing. Helen Sixers, she exhorted women to write écriture féminine, and she claims that it cannot be defined or theorized. And she states that writing is for you. You are for you. Your body is yours. Take it. So Helen Sixers stated that women must write about their own self and their bodies. So écriture féminine is characterized by a feminine logic, opting for it focuses on openness, inclusiveness, and digression. So what is digression? It is a kind of deviation. And she states that it opposes masculine. So the écriture féminine, the logic, it opposes the masculine mode. So the masculine mode, it focuses on utilitarian, authoritarian, elitist, and hierarchical. So what are opposite to the masculine mode is the écriture féminine. Okay.